Hey, you're on the Fact Pack channel, and for the topic of today's video we chose the battle of approved COVID-19 vaccines. So, once you're ready, let's get started. Pfizer vaccine final results. It's highly protected, but how long for? The Pfizer/BioNTech vaccine for COVID-19 has reached the end of clinical trials and is now being rolled out in multiple countries. Regulatory bodies in the UK, Canada and the US have granted temporary or emergency use authorization for the vaccine to be given to the public. This is a landmark moment. Building a biological barrier against the virus is now a possibility. A highly effective vaccine used in combination with current physical barriers raises hope that bringing an end to the pandemic is achievable. And after the tantalizing interim results released by Pfizer last month, we can now see the full peer-reviewed results of its third phase trial. Here's what they tell us. Approximately 37,000 people were included in the trial's safety analysis. Half received 2 doses of the vaccine and the other half a saline placebo injection. Importantly, the vaccine was tested in people at higher risk from COVID-19. Just over 40% of the participants were over 55 years old, about 1/3 were overweight, and another third were obese. Individuals with pre-existing conditions that increase vulnerability, such as diabetes, pulmonary disease, and HIV, were also included. Analysis of over 36,000 individuals was used to calculate the vaccine's efficacy, the percentage of people it protected from the disease under controlled conditions. 9 vaccinated participants became infected with the virus, compared to 169 individuals injected with the placebo. This equates to 95% efficacy. Most importantly, protection was high across different groups regardless of age, ethnicity, or underlying health conditions. Some of the participants became infected in between taking the first and second doses, highlighting the need to get the second dose. Efficacy after just the first dose was only 52%. So, if you take both doses, it's very likely you'll be protected from COVID-19, at the very least in the short term. What is the Oxford-AstraZeneca Vaccine and how does it work? The vaccine is made from a weakened version of a common cold virus known as adenovirus from chimpanzees. It has been modified to look more like coronavirus, although it can cause illness. When the vaccine is injected into a patient, it prompts the immune system to start making antibodies and primes it to attack any coronavirus infection. Research has shown it is highly effective. Unlike Pfizer's jab, which has to be kept at an extremely cold temperature, -70 degrees by Celsius, the Oxford vaccine can be stored in a normal fridge. This makes it much easier to distribute. You might wonder, how has the vaccine been produced so quickly? That's because Oxford University researchers had already done a lot of work before 2020 on developing a vaccine which could be adapted to tackle different diseases. That means a lot of the building blocks were already in place and scientists weren't starting from scratch. How effective is the Oxford vaccine? The Oxford-AstraZeneca vaccine has been shown to be safe and to provoke an immune response in people of all ages, including the over 55s. The MHRA approved the use of 2 full doses of this vaccine, which was found to be 62% effective. Moderna Vaccine. Moderna reported that during the phase 3 study of its vaccine candidate mRNA 1273, which enrolled 30,000 adult US participants, just 5 of the 95 COVID-19 cases occurred among the vaccinated, while 90 infections were identified in the placebo group. This corresponds to an efficacy of 94.5%. Moderna's vaccine works in the same way as the one produced by Pfizer and BioNTech. Both of them consist of RNA molecules encased in lipid nanoparticles. The RNA in both vaccines encodes a slightly modified form of the SARS-CoV-2 protein known as spike, which enables the virus to infect human cells. Another vaccine on our list is Sputnik-V. Russia has begun its official mass vaccination program against COVID-19 using the country's Sputnik-V vaccine. The vaccine was developed by the state-run Gamaleya Institute and is 91.4% effective based on interim late-stage trial results. Named after the Soviet satellite that triggered the space race, Sputnik-V was first registered for emergency use in August. making Russia the first country in the world to approve a vaccine for widespread public use. For Russian citizens, inoculation will be free of charge, but there are reports that, as in most other countries, the government will have its work cut out in trying to convince people to accept the vaccine amid hesitancy and a rising anti-vaxxer movement. How does it work? It is a so-called viral vector vaccine, meaning it employs another virus to carry the DNA encoding of the necessary immune response into cells. Each dose is based on different viral vectors that normally cause the common cold, and the last on our list is CoronaVac. The Beijing-based biopharmaceutical company Sinovac is behind the CoronaVac, an inactivated vaccine. It works by using killed viral particles to expose the body's immune system to the virus without risking a serious disease response. By comparison, the Moderna and Pfizer vaccines being developed in the West are mRNA vaccines. This means part of the coronavirus genetic code is injected into the body, triggering the body to begin making viral proteins, but not the whole virus, which is enough to train the immune system to attack. On paper, one of the Sinovac's main advantages is that it can be stored in a standard refrigerator at 2 to 8 degrees by Celsius, like the Oxford vaccine. How effective is it? It's hard to say at this point of the time. Well, CoronaVac had been undergoing third phase of trials in Brazil, Indonesia and Turkey. And interim data from a late-stage trial in Turkey showed that the vaccine was 91.25% effective. So, this is it for today. And if you enjoyed watching, please let us know by hitting the like button below and subscribing our channel.